Do you think you have what it takes to serve and protect the citizens of Halifax, Dartmouth, and Bedford? If you do, we may have the career for you. We are Halifax Regional Police, and in today's world, policing isn't just about catching the bad guys. It's more about working with our communities to improve public safety and prevent crime. Halifax Regional Police, or HRP as we call it, have 7 core objectives. We respond to calls for service, enforce all government statutes, and solve crimes. We also work with the community to help solve problems, do public education, develop and promote crime prevention programming, and help refer people to other agencies who may be able to help them. What does it take to become an officer with Halifax Regional Police? In this video, you'll hear from our officers about what HRP has to offer, and see police cadets going through our police sciences program showing you what it takes to be successful. HRP is proud to be one of only 2 full-service municipal police agencies in Nova Scotia. Because we serve such a large population, HRP has its own specialized services that many other municipal agencies in the province cannot afford. That means we have tremendous career opportunities. HRP is divided into 3 divisions: operations, operational support, and administration. Let's take a look at patrol, where the bulk of our officers work. These are the officers who are most visible in our communities. They patrol in cars, on motorbikes, on horseback, dirt bikes, sea jets, and on bikes. Officers walk the beat, liaise with schools, and work hand in hand with the community.
It's the first contact that the public normally has with the police, whether it be by phone or whether we respond to the scene for service. When we're not sent to a call, we're constantly patrolling the area, and we're very visible, and quite often people will wave us down because they might have a simple question or maybe even a very serious concern. No matter what we go through in a day, we can go home with the feeling that we made the community a better place to live for everyone.
There are also sections within patrol which concentrate on certain elements of crime prevention, such as the Street Crime Unit, Victim Services, and the Ports Detail. The Crime Prevention Community Relations section falls into this category. These officers help coordinate programs the department offers the community, like Neighborhood Watch, the Anti-Bullying Hotline in elementary and junior high schools, and Burnside Business Watch. These programs may be coordinated by police, but are really driven by the community. The unit serves 4 distinct areas: residential crime prevention for businesses, and liaisons for both elementary and junior highs, and then high schools. Police take a great interest in reaching out to children at a young age to help them develop good self-esteem. It's not just about safety rules and crime prevention, but like Constable Don Jenkins says, it's about helping develop good citizens.
I'm finding more and more all the time that when I'm giving school talks, I'm able to deal with sometimes hundreds of kids at a time. When it comes right down to it, I got a pretty loud voice, so I don't have any problem projecting myself, and I really have a lot of fun relating to the kids. But to be able to make a difference of children, that a simple thing of look both ways before crossing the street when it comes to crosswalk safety, to reinforce that with kids, especially when you realize that some kids want to blindly run across the street because they feel that they're so much more important to quickly get across the street to their best friend, but to prevent a child from possibly running out into traffic and becoming injured. All the safety programs, we're actually reaching out and touching people in a very positive manner. I'm very much proud of this particular aspect of my job. It's a really great feeling.
Patrol also has a number of specialized patrol sections. One of the most popular is the HRP Canine Unit. This unit is made up of officers who are specially trained to handle police dogs. These dogs are invaluable when it comes to searching for both people and evidence. They're also trained to provide another line of defense when it comes to officer safety. Every year, canine members respond to hundreds of calls for service. They recover thousands of dollars worth of property and find evidence that helps put criminals behind bars. And as Constable Steve Gillette reminds us, they're also man's best friend.
He saved me from a few difficult situations. Obviously, there's one dog on every shift. We get it to go on all the important calls. So from a policing perspective, it's a pretty exciting aspect, certainly the most exciting thing I've ever done. Not only is a dog and I a team, I'm also a team with the rest of the members on the shift. We have to work together to coordinate containment.
Please get out! Get out! Get out!
One of the most sought-after positions at HRP is to become a member of ERT, or the Emergency Response Team. This part-time unit provides specialized tactical and weapons support when needed. These officers are trained to control, contain, and safely resolve potentially dangerous situations. They are trained in critical incident negotiations and less than lethal use of force in an attempt to resolve all incidents without loss of life. Staff Sergeant Mike Burns is in charge of the unit.
I aspired to be a member of the team initially because I saw it as a challenge to trying to accomplish something more within the regular patrol function. After being involved with the team, the reason of staying with the team, it's basically the training that's involved, the ability to work with a group of highly motivated people, and the ability to be the cops that the cops call when the situation becomes dangerous or out of hand.
The Operational Support Division is just that. Its members provide assistance to operations in investigative and specialized services. The division includes the Criminal Investigative Section, Technological Support, Special Enforcement, and GIS, or General Investigative Services. Members of GIS investigate crimes against persons and properties, robberies, thefts, assaults, auto theft, and break and enter. As investigator Don McLean explains, GIS plays an essential role in solving crime.
It's a section that's entire mandate is to deal with those matters which the public feels needs attention. People breaking into your homes, people robbing places, banks, stores, and such. It's important that you have a section that's totally dedicated to those areas. As well, we have the resources, the manpower, and the intelligence sharing within our own section in which we can deal with these matters in a prompt and efficient basis.
The Criminal Investigative Section includes officers involved in major crime and fraud investigations, as well as the Proceeds of Crime Unit. These officers will often use the services of HRP's polygraphist, more commonly known as the lie detector. Although polygraph results are not admissible in court, Constable Cordell Poirier says it's often used to help officers during investigations.
It's only one component of the investigative process, which means it's not the end-all to every and any investigation. It's a tool that our investigators use quite regularly, and it's a tool that I feel, as a polygraph examiner, that's been very helpful for this organization. Members who have basically, as I said before, have ran into that wall. They just cannot go any further in their investigation. They've come into me, and I've either gotten more information for them or, ideally, a confession from a person that's suspected of doing a crime.
The Technological Support Section has the highest trained officers when it comes to specialization. Identification and computer forensics officers work in this section. More and more, technology is helping police solve crimes. From basic photography to detailed forensic and DNA collection, these officers' expertise can make or break an important case. Sergeant Colleen Kelly explains crime scenes fit together like giant puzzles.
You have to have a high level of interest in science as well as puzzle-type aspects of life and how you want to put things together. It was an interest that I've had since I was a young child. I always found it interesting, the forensic aspect of it, the putting together of crime scenes and how things happen, working backwards, and then with that information working forwards, and taking from there, hopefully, a successful conclusion at the end with the information and evidence that we've put together.
The advent of the Internet, World Wide Web, and wireless technology has opened up a whole new world to the criminal mind, that of computer crime. It's difficult to find, more difficult to track, and most difficult to successfully lay charges in connection with a myriad of computer crime showing up. Computer forensics takes patience. It's tedious and time-consuming work that officers like Constable Tony Casella thrive on.
I've always had an interest in computers over the past 8 years, and it becomes extremely rewarding when we are able to go online or retrieve evidence from a computer that will afford a conviction later on down the road.
The awesome part, I guess, is the diversity that we're able to use. From traditional policing, now we're getting into the technological age, and with the technological age that we do have, it's quite rewarding to know that we can move in so vast a direction.
Still interested? Here are the basic requirements all candidates must have before considering the application process. First, you must be at least 19 years of age, be a grade 12 academic graduate, and be a Canadian citizen or landed immigrant. You need to be in good physical shape and meet specific visual and hearing standards. You must also be a fully licensed and experienced driver. You must be free of a criminal record. If you meet these requirements, you can send a cover letter, resume, and a copy of the following documentation to HRP's training section. You will need to send us a copy of your birth certificate, your academic grade 12 graduation certificate with marks, a copy of your driver's license and current driver's abstract. You must also enclose proof you have a valid first aid and CPR Level C certification, and a bronze medallion or equivalent in swimming. You must also be able to prove you can type 25 words per minute minimum with 3 errors or less. And lastly, provide 3 letters of reference. Once your application package has been received and all the criteria is met, a member of our training staff will contact you to begin the formal application process. This includes a series of written and oral tests, physical fitness testing, polygraph testing, and reference and security checks. The last phase before acceptance in the Police Sciences program is a final interview. The entire process takes about 5 weeks. If you are accepted into HRP's Police Sciences program, expect an intense 35-week learning experience. Classroom time is spent learning the basics of law enforcement, criminal law, mediation skills, cultural diversity, family violence awareness, criminal investigations, and psychology, just to name a few.
You're out. Let's go. Reload.
Cadets also take part in active learning, firearms training, use of force, officer safety, and driver training. In these sessions, the cadets take a hands-on approach to learning under the strict supervision of experienced and specially trained HRP officers.
Suspect